today on our COVID-19 pandemic survival series, we are engaging entrepreneur Reginald Alotepapo. And you remember his story. Frustrated about being jobless after national service, Reginald decided to start a juice business. It's been 4 years now, and the pandemic is certainly not making things easy. He joins us for a conversation in a bit. First, his story.
Reginald's decision to start a fresh juice business stemmed from months of fruitlessly searching for a job after school.
I applied to so many places, no one was even calling me for an interview. So after about 2.5 years, I got very frustrated and I decided to start a company. I spoke to my partner about it and we considered a few options, but in around October 2017, we decided that juice was the best business for us, and we decided to go ahead with it.
At the time, the juice business was saturated and is still saturated. How Reggie's Juice Bar was going to break through was left to be seen.
We decided that we were going to produce 100% fresh juice, which was undiluted, which was without preservatives, which was without any sugars or additives. And we felt that we could produce it in a very hygienic manner that will appeal to customers on the market.
With support from family and friends, Reginald and his partner got to work, starting production from his mother's kitchen using a small juicer.
In the beginning, it was very challenging, it was very difficult, especially when it came to selling the juice. We would go to one of the very popular estates around Spintex, and we would try and sell it by knocking door to door. And it was very discouraging because 9 out of 10 times, no one will even offer to drink the juice, just to taste it before buying. The customers didn't want to do that, and it was discouraging. Sometimes you make one sale in a day, you look at the money, and you're just not excited about the job anymore. But I mean, when we came home and we spoke to our parents, they kept telling us that business was like that. In the beginning, you find difficulties, but you just have to keep on going, and then you find the silver lining. And that's what it's been like.
All right, Reginald joins me for a conversation this afternoon. Best wishes of the season, Reginald. Great to have you on the program.
How are you, Darryl? Good afternoon.
All right, good to see you. And so you've had to battle a lot. You had to battle unemployment, and then you started a juice business. Then you had to figure out how to break into a saturated juice market. And then the pandemic happened. We'll get into that in a bit. But there's this perception that during this time of the pandemic, it's good for the juice businesses because people need vitamin C and other vitamins, and they can find that in fruit juices. Is that a myth?
No, it's not a myth. I believe that a lot of people wanted to stay healthy during the pandemic. And since the president told us to boost our immune systems, I think there was a lot of demand for juice. But also, a lot of people were trying to save up, not knowing how or what the consequences of COVID were going to be like. So people weren't purchasing as much as they were before, but things have picked up now.
Okay, so that appears to be good for people in the juice business, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Over the past few months, we've noticed that there have been a lot of orders. So talking to some of my other colleagues in the juice industry, they've told me about the demand, and we are doing our best to try and meet it.
Okay, so tell me about how Reggie's Juice Bar has had to deal with the challenges of the pandemic. If there were any challenges you could share with me, and what's looking like with the easing of restrictions, and perhaps what you look forward to next year.
Well, before the lockdown, we were doing okay, and then when the president announced it, we had to let our workers go home because we weren't too sure of what COVID was like, and the information in the beginning wasn't too much. So we let our workers go home, and then when the restrictions eased up, and then we asked them to come back, most of them had found new jobs. So the biggest challenge we faced was looking for new workers and having to train them all over again to try and meet the standards that we're used to. But over the past few months, things have been great. We've gotten a lot of new clients, and my family and friends have all come together and helped me whilst I've been looking for new workers, and things have gone great. So we're looking forward to next year.
Okay, final one. as we look forward to next year, what's the game plan for you, and what kind of advice will you give to colleague entrepreneurs?
Well, the game plan is to try and expand to as many regions as possible. It's a tall order, but the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So we'll be doing our best to try and cover as many areas in Accra, and then hopefully try and expand to the other regions. The advice I'll give to the other entrepreneurs, not only in the juice industry, is to keep going and stay strong. God has seen us through this year, and we're alive for a reason. So let's do our best next year, and then hopefully we will be able to meet our targets.
All right. Great to have you on this program, Reginald, as always. Thank you so much.